What you will be expecting here is that we are going to create a password generator using Python. And first, I am going to teach you how to define a function and how to access the command line, arguments, and the random number generator, and also the control statements. So let's start. First, this is the basic of defining or writing a function. Def function return hello world. It returns hello world. So if we are about to call our function, we just have to simply type function and parenthesis. And now we are going to run it using Python 3. It depends on what system you are using. Sometimes it's Python, and sometimes it's Python 3, or sometimes it is Python 2. But mine is in Python 3. Index.py. Oh, we just have to enclose this inside the print statement. So now it shows. What we are going to do next is that we are going to have our parameters or arguments P and O. So what we are going to do with P and O is that we are going to add them 1 and 1. So it will going to show 2. See, 2. Because 1 plus 1 or P plus O is equal to 2. So now that we have this, we are going to have our control statement. If P is less than 1 or O is less than 1, then we need to return that the value must be greater than 1. 1. And we are going to have our else. We're going to have our else. So that if the value is greater than 1, it will fall on this statement. So we have to save this and we are going to run this in the next. So it shows 2. But when I change this to 0, it will show value must be greater than 1. Or this one, if I change this to 0, it will also show value must be greater than 1. So now that we have our basic knowledge and control statement, we are going to import our libraries. Import sys. The sys is our library to access the arguments in our command line. For example, h is equal to sys argv1. This is the first argument, which is index 0, and after I add another space in it, it becomes index 1, then index 2. So now that we have this, O is equal to sys argv2. Now that we have this, we just have to plug it in our function parameters. Oh, it will going to show number 3. Oh, I forgot. We need to typecast this because it returns string. So the remedy for this is typecasting. We just have to type int O. We need to enclose our variable int O. So it's going to work. So it now shows 3. But what about our random numbers? What we're going to do with our random numbers is that we are going to generate a new random number using randint from random import randint. The usage of randint is that it generates a number between the ranges of your given number. For example, my randint is between 0 and 10, and my other randint is between 0 and 20. Oh no. See? Sometimes it shows 0. No, it shows 13. So now that we have knowledge on using randint, we are going to generate our password. So what does the password consist? It consists of alphabets, numeric, and symbol. In alphabets, we have a lowercase and uppercase, right? So I'm just going to copy paste this. And what we are going to do next is that we are going to create a new function for our we have to create a new function for our password generator named pwgen. So the length will be our password length. So we have to check if the password is less than 8 because for security reasons. So if length is greater or equal than 8, then we will perform our password generator. So for I in range 0 int length, we are going to iterate, for example 8, we are going to iterate it for 8 times. So now that we have this, what we are going to do next is that we are going to generate a number between 0 to 3. This will be our 0, this will be our 0, this will be our 1, this will be our 2, and this will be our 3. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to random x is equal to rand int 0 ranges to 3. And what we are going to do next is that we are going to determine what the value of x. For example, if x is equal to 0, then we will be needing to access our string lowercase is that the index of string lowercase. For example, we are going to randomize the indexes of this variable y equals rand int 0 to 25 because we have 25 letters, right? So now that we have this, we can create a new list. What we're going to do now is that we are going to append it, pw append, and we are going to copy this, and we are going to access the index of it. So now that we have this, it's now good. We just have to copy paste this and change this to elif, which means else if one, and same goes with this same. We just have to change this to uppercase, and what we're going to do next is that we're just going to copy paste this, same goes with this, and we're going to change this to and 3. We have to change this also because there's only 10 numbers, 0 to 9, and we're just going to change this because there are only 20 symbols, 20, and change this also to n, which stands for numerical or number, and change this to s. So now that we have our function, what we are going to do is now we are going to return this, return tw. But if we return this, it will generate a list something like this: A, B, C. It will return something like this. What we need to do to eliminate this problem is that we need to use join function. It will return this to from this to this. Now that we are done, we just have to create a new else statement. So if the password length is less than, it will return password must be password length must be greater than 8. So now that we have our function, what we are going to do next is that we are going to call our function using this one, pwgen. And what we are going to do now is we need our command line or command prompt argument. So we are going to access this. Length is equal to sys argv1. We need to enclose this on print statement so that we can see what the password is. pwgen. And we also need to typecast this because it returns string, right? So we're going to do is typecast length. So now that we have this, then we are going to run this again. I'm going to show you if the password is less than 8. It will return password length must be greater than 8. So what if I input 8? It will return our password. So what if I return 1000? It will generate a 1000 character password. So now that we are done, if you have questions or issues on this program, you can just check out my GitHub or message me on my social media accounts. So thank you for watching and comment down below what topic should I cover next.